What's up, guys? My name is Jacob Statler, the owner of Stat Digital, a B2B search-focused content marketing agency where we help B2B SaaS companies get more leads through organic search with blog content. In this video, we're going to be talking about the top types of blog posts that your company can put out to actually drive conversions. And all these different types of blog posts that we're going to talk about today have all been proven by our agency to actually drive real revenue. But with that said, if you'd like to learn more about content strategy, I'm going to give you guys a chance to get my agency's free standard operating procedure to create a content strategy that is designed to actually get blog signups. You can find that in the link in the description and go ahead and check that out. But with that said, let's get started. All of these topics that we're going to go over today are all types of topics that I would call bottom of the funnel. So what basically this means is the people that are going to be searching for these types of topics are already pretty much ready to buy. They're just looking for the right solution. So coming up with doing content on these types of topics, when you rank for these types of topics in search, people are going to be ready to pay for your solution. These types of content will simultaneously act as sales enablement content for your sales reps that will help them sell more effectively. And it will also give them some content that they can send to leads and prospects before they get on meetings with them so that they're already aware of either how their software works and why it's better than their competitors and much, much more. The first type of content for a blog post that your SaaS company should have is a very basic type of blog post. You might have already thought about this. And to be honest with you, there's not going to be a lot of people searching for this. But the people that are searching for this are going to be ready to buy it. And that's why you want your blog content to be ranking there on Google so that people searching for this find it. So basically, it depends what type of software or solution you guys are offering. But basically how it goes is you want to explain how your service, software, SaaS works. And while you're going over the process of how people can use your software to fix their pain points, you also want to tie in the benefits. So not only do you want to give the process of how they can use your software, but you also want to talk about how using this process with your software is going to bring benefits for them. That's the main gist of the blog post. Sometimes you're going to find bigger than other keywords for this, and sometimes you might search for a keyword that's on a topic like this on a keyword tool like Ahrefs, and there might not be very many people searching for that. Don't worry about that. This is going to still be valuable content because it's going to help reps sell, and it's going to just be educational content that you can use to nurture more leads in the future. And the people that are searching for it, they're going to be ready to buy. The second type of content of blog posts that your SaaS company should be putting out, you need to at least have one of these articles, by the way, for number one, how your solution works, and number two, why it's different from the rest. And basically, this is different from the comparison to competitors I'm going to mention a little bit later. Basically, you want to talk about the main points that people would choose your SaaS over your competitors. And you don't need to get too specific. When you create an article about why your SaaS is different from your competitors, it can simply be a listicle of the main points of why it's better than your competitors, kind of your unique selling proposition. But this is also going to be great sales enablement content. Might not have very much search volume on the keyword tools, like I said before, but it'll still be good. An example of an article like this would be, say, if you're Salesforce. An article would be why Salesforce is the best sales automation software. So think of topics like that, and you probably only need one article like this, depending on how many industries you're in. If you have different verticals, you might want to have one for each different vertical that your SaaS targets. The third one is comparisons. your prospects are always going to be talking about your competitors, why they're choosing your competitors over you. So you need to combat this with your content by coming up with versus topics. And a lot of times these topics have a lot of search volume, so they're very important. People are going to be comparing you to your competitors. It's inevitable. So you want to put up content with you versus your competitors. And you can go to Ahrefs and search you versus and go to the same terms. And you'll be able to find keywords that already have your name in it, your brand versus your competitors from people that are searching for you. And the ones with the highest volume are probably going to be the ones that you should start with first. For example, your Salesforce and HubSpot, they're both marketing and sales automation platforms. So if we're Salesforce, we might want to put up an article called Salesforce versus HubSpot. And that way, when we rank for this keyword, we can give ourselves an unfair advantage to the people that are reading it to get them to choose Salesforce over HubSpot. And you can even do this with more than one competitor. You could do it with Salesforce, for example. You could do it with Salesforce versus HubSpot versus Outreach.io or any other software competitors that you guys have. The fourth one that's going to have the highest intent is best product list. A lot of times this is going to be, if you're in the sales automation space, we'll say, it could be something like best sales automation software for whatever year it is. Right now it's 2022. And the point of this is there's a lot of companies, review companies that already do this, but you don't want to leave the fate of your company up to these third parties. You want to be able to have the one that has content ranking for this keyword, so you can put yourself as number one and position yourself before your competitors so that you'll be the one to drive more leads to your company. The fifth type of content is going to be integration related topics. And I'm going to give you an example similar to something that we recently did for one of our clients. They're in the AP automation space, and one of their industry verticals is restaurants. They serve restaurants, and of course they have a QuickBooks integration. So one of the topics that we did for them that has a very high conversion rate was a topic about QuickBooks for restaurants. A lot of people are searching this because a lot of restaurants use QuickBooks. So we created an article about how restaurants can use QuickBooks, but then we also made it an opportunity to plug our client's software in with QuickBooks to explain how our software strengthens QuickBooks to make it better and gives you more versatility and more abilities. The sixth type of blog post types that you might want to put out are case studies. These are pretty obvious. Obviously, sales enablement content. Your reps are definitely going to be using these. But if you angle your keywords right and target a keyword that's about your industry, you can actually create a case study that ranks on Google. And people that read your case study, if it's a good case study, they're going to want to work for you if they're looking for your solution. So for example, if you were an AP automation software company, a case study that you could do is how XYZ restaurant saves thousands every month with AP automation or something like that. But the key here is to make sure that you're targeting some relevant keyword, which if you're curious how to do this, you can download the SOP in the description below. And the seventh and last type of blog post that you should be putting out can sometimes be a bit more middle of the funnel, but a lot of times it's still bottom of the funnel. And basically, your software serves a bunch of your customers' pain points. And a lot of times, your customers are searching how to solve those pain points. And this gives you a perfect position to create content around those pain points and then plug your software as the solution. For example, if you're in AP automation software, a lot of times they have problems where everything's done manually. So you could create an article about how to automate your accounts payable, which a lot of people are going to be searching because it's a common pain point. And then you can position your company, which helps automate a company's accounts payable inside the article. And before I leave you guys, I just want to give you the next step. I would brainstorm all these types of topics before you go to a keyword tool. And then once you have a list, start going to Ahrefs or SEMrush, whichever keyword tool you use, type these into the Keyword Explorer and find the ones with the most volume potential and a balance between keyword difficulty. So the ones that are going to be a good balance between not being that difficult and have a high amount of search volume per month. And of course, factor in the relevancy of each topic to your actual company. And if you can't find any keywords that are related to these topics on keyword tools, don't panic. The chances are people are already searching for these things if you're in an established industry. So don't worry. You should still do content on it. And what you'll probably find is if you do put content on these types of topics, publish it, submit it to Google, you're going to start getting traffic over time. And then you can go into your Google Search Console, and you can actually see the type of keywords that people are searching to find that content. And then you can optimize your blog post title around that. But that's just a pro tip. We'll be going over more pro tips in the future. So if you'd like to subscribe to my YouTube channel down below and leave this video a like, or if you have any questions, feel free to comment. Would really appreciate it. Also, let me know if you guys got any value out of this. But have a good day. Peace.